Hello friends, it's Anya, and we're here to do a collab today. Yeah! So, welcome to the Motivated and Fab New Year's collab. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, and welcome. I am so glad that you could join me for this little chit chat that we're gonna have. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and just boop that little notification bell. That way you can just come with me on this whole journey. Now, go ahead, take a seat, get comfortable. We're about to get vulnerable. Okay, so I am really stoked to be recording this video, but I'm also incredibly nervous. This is forcing me to be extremely honest with myself, and I've always been really great at ignoring my problems. Basically a superpower. But here we go. So 2017 was a rough year for me. I turned 30, which in itself, that number doesn't mean anything to me. What was huge was the fact that I had this crazy wake-up call. And I thought to myself, Anya, you have been on this earth in this body that you hate for 30 years now, and you haven't done anything. Yeah, so what are you gonna do about it? So finally something kind of broke inside of me. And I don't mean in like a dramatic, my spirit is broken kind of way, but like a dam of bullshit broke. Finally broke. My cat just came like running in here like she had warrants. All I could think about was the fact that I've never felt comfortable in my own body. I remember hearing, I don't know if this is true, but for some reason this is just stuck in my head, but I've heard that once you hit 30, it's really hard for you to lose weight. And guys, I'm already 30. I've dropped the ball. My loudest thought was, you are not going to wait anymore. You've already waited long enough to do this. So, like I said, I don't ever remember being happy with my body. I guess I had body dysmorphia, which I feel weird saying. It feels like I'm using a buzzword, but it's the only phrase that I've found that kind of aptly describes how I looked versus how I felt like I looked, especially as a teenager. So my mom has always been this very thin, extremely petite woman, and to her, I've always just been fat. So I mean, looking back at pictures when I was in junior high and high school, I'm upset. Not at her, but I'm just upset that I wasn't aware of what my body actually looked like. And because all I would hear is my mom's very well-meaning voice whispering in the back of my head, "You're too big. Don't eat that. It's not good for you. You don't need to eat that much. And you never do anything." So, I mean, that was just on constant loop. And on top of that, I also have some anxiety and depression as well. So I always put off getting healthy and losing weight, because in my head, staying unhealthy and unhappy was better because if I wasn't trying, I couldn't fail. So I hate candid photos of myself. They're basically like my worst enemy. I hate how they make me feel. I hate the conversation that starts in my head when I see one. And like, okay, so I mean, this is, I'm being frank. This is real talk, guys, like real. When I see those kinds of photos of myself, if the angle isn't right, if it's not right up there, if the lighting isn't good, if my makeup or my hair isn't done, if I haven't really put on a cute outfit, I hate the way that I look. I feel disgusting. My thought is, why would anybody want to be friends with or be with someone as disgusting as me? So I want to love myself. I want to love my body during this entire journey, from right now till I get to my goal, which ultimately, honestly, is not a number. It's me being happy and healthy. That's the big picture for me. It's just so hard to interrupt the internal destructive speech loop patterns that I fall back into so easily. So I started Weight Watchers this year in February, and I am so glad that I did. If I didn't take that first step, I wouldn't be here. And I don't mean it and I'd be dead, but I mean, you know, I don't know how my life would have been if I hadn't started taking note of what I ate and how much and all that stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't be here making a collab video on YouTube about Weight Watchers. I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. I would probably be stuffing my face full of a whole bunch of random stuff and watching some videos or movies or whatever. But me starting Weight Watchers, me signing up was the first conscious decision that I made to better myself, which is super duper scary, but also super duper exciting. So Weight Watchers gave me rules, gave me guidelines, and I didn't know how much I really needed those things until I had them. The pressure was off of me to make the right decision of what to eat, because on Weight Watchers I can eat anything. I just have to, you know, track it. And like I was saying earlier, this is this has been a hard year. Not just for weight loss. I mean, like, this has been a hard year. But there were other outside factors as well. In March, my grandmother passed away, and my grandfather passed away this last month in December. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's been really hard. It's been really hard emotionally and mentally. It was just easier to eat my feelings, so I did. When I started Weight Watchers, I weighed in at an even 220 pounds. Now I'm weighing in at 225.4. I mean, I'm just ready to get the ball rolling again. I've kind of stagnated in my journey, and I don't want that for myself. I'm not okay with that anymore. I'm just going to do an overview of the year. What I've accomplished this year, what I've been struggling with, and some goals for 2018. So, accomplishments. I finally had my wake-up call. It was a long time coming, and it took forever, but I finally got one. I finally did something about my weight and about my health, which is huge, because like I said before, it was easier not to try, because then I couldn't fail. But now I'm trying, and technically, yes, I'm failing. But it's a day-by-day process, and I'm just so glad that I started. And I'm also being more honest about my food. Being honest about my relationship with food, my decisions with food, all of those things. Weight Watchers has made me a lot more conscious of why I do what I do. I mean, to a point. What I'm still struggling with, I still struggle a lot with my binging. I also am very guilty of emotional eating, and I have an all or nothing mentality. If I mess up once, by golly, I'm gonna mess up the rest of the week too. And it's not good. It's not healthy to have that kind of thought process. And I'm still struggling with my I don't know how to make it sound. I don't know. The way that I talk to myself in my head. It's always super hateful, or I just talk down to myself, like, you know, how pathetic of you to do this, or how dare you think you can do what A, B, or C. So those are some things that I'm still struggling with. So some goals for 2018, and guys, I'm painting this in broad strokes. I'll be breaking them down into smaller steps, because if I was to just stop and look at just the big picture, I'd start freaking out, because I need a step by step kind of deal. It helps me tackle one small thing at a time versus having an abstract goal in mind. So, some goals for 2018. Like I said, this is painted in broad strokes. So, finally getting my shit together. That's my number one goal. That is including learning, finally, how to be an adult. Like, Anya, you're 30 years old and you still forget to pay your bills. That's kind of a problem. No more excuses. Activity and water. Cheers. And don't give up. It's always been super easy for me just to cut my losses and stop whatever I'm doing. And I feel like I'm finally ready to do this for myself. I mean, like, I was ready when I signed up for Weight Watchers, but I've had another year of excuses. Granted, you know, I've tried a lot harder, but I have a lot more effort that I could be putting in. So, don't give up. No more excuses. Those are two big ones for me. Another goal I have is to be kinder to myself. It's just, that's kind of self-explanatory. I don't want to keep talking to myself the way that I do. Because if I heard my friend talking about herself that way, I wouldn't stand for it. But I treat myself like shit. So, need to stop that. My next goal for 2018 is to compliment someone on something once a day. Being someone who struggles with self-image and self-worth and depression, sometimes one kind word can change the entire tide of the day. And I really want to be able to do that for someone else. My last goal is to be a better sister and a better daughter. So, my mother and I, we have a very tumultuous relationship. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. We both think very differently. I know that the things that she says come from a place of love and worry. She just doesn't express those things in the kindest of ways. So, I need to stop resenting her so much for that. Also, like, call her or text her more often. I'm really bad about getting caught up in my own shit. So sometimes I'll go weeks without talking to my mom. And then, you know, she sends me a text, asks me how I'm doing. And then I feel really guilty because it's been weeks since I've talked to her. And my sister, she always kind of keeps me in check. She is a great sister. I am so blessed to have her. We're very, very, very close now, but we used to hate each other when we were little. Like, I'm not just meaning, oh, I don't like you. I mean, we hated each other when we were younger. When we were still in public school and we both lived at home, we were not on the same team. Not even a little. But that's changed now. And I am so grateful for that. I just want... I want my sister to know how much she means to me. And I'm just going to kind of start wrapping things up a little bit. I wanted to convey how grateful I am to you guys. The people who watch the videos, comment, subscribe, put out content. There are two reasons I started a YouTube channel. First reason, honestly, accountability. there's something to be said about having people watch what you eat in a day and having to like own up for that. I mean, you're posting it on a very public forum, and you're putting yourself out there to be judged. If people wanted to judge you, they could. But I never hear that. No one ever is like, oh, well, that was a terrible decision this week. No wonder you had a gain, or anything like that. I never hear that from anybody. And that brings me to the second reason that I started a YouTube channel. The amazing support that I saw here on YouTube. I mean, you guys are just amazing. You guys are so supportive and encouraging, and I rely on that now on a daily basis. Like, just watching your guys' videos and reading comments. You guys are amazing. You really, really are. And I just wanted you to know how thankful I am. So that was a long-winded and bizarre, and I don't know if I did this video right, guys. I'll go ahead and link all of the other channels that are involved in the collaboration. Make sure to check them all out because they are all fantastic. I wanted to say thank you, Cherie and Kim, for inviting me to do this collaboration with you guys. I am just so glad that I got to be a part of this amazing and inspiring collaboration. I think, you know, we all kind of needed it. At least I know I did. I think it really sets the tone for 2018. So, let's kick some ass, you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys, all of you guys are awesome. Stay awesome. Oh, remember that goal, the water goal? I'm gonna finish this real quick. Oh god, there's so much more water than I thought. Almost done. Oh, water belly. Water belly is real, guys. Stop, drop, and chug. Stop, drop, and chug. Do it. Alright. Bye.